Welcome to the Accomplished Brain Podcast, where we share our passion, knowledge, and experience about the brain and health.
What happens is in sleep 4 with REM, this is very important. So what does REM stand for? Is rapid eye movement. So what is rapid eye movement? It's basically, I say a saccade, but I think it's really pronounced a saccade. So saccade. I say saccades, but it's really a rapid eye movement, right? Which is other known as, most people say saccades, but I say saccades, the way I pronounce it. And that saccade is basically a frontal lobe activation. So again, that's another neurological mechanism, is to look at people's how their saccades are. And then with that, and again, when I say to you coordination, balance, watching people walk, their eye movements, their sleep, their blood sugar, inflammation, these are like, these are digestion. These are like 7, 8 things that no matter who you're going to see, you got to make sure those things are people working properly. So eye movements, and obviously you're going to hear us talk a lot about. And why do we talk about eyes? It's very interesting that the eyes are the gateway to different parts of the brain. I mean, you don't always have to have a visual problem to say, can I use the eye system in my rehab? And I get that a lot. I'm starting to do a lot of demos now with our software. And I mean, I've met some wonderful people, all walks of life, from physical therapists, chiropractors, trainers, neurologists, neurosurgeons. And they see a lot of what we do is in our 6 programs, which we'll be enhancing this year. We're going to add mirror therapy. We're going to virtual reality, mirror therapy, augmented reality, reaction time training. But why are the eyes so, and Jeff and I, interesting, I was talking about, we're getting our phase 1 out there, but at the same time, we're giving demos, and the next couple of months we'll probably be signing clients up. But what's happening is I talked to Jeff today about one of our programs is a virtual reality eye program where we can measure the eye movements. And one of our programs is a virtual reality eye program, and we're going to work on development of being able to track the different eye movements in that program. There's a software called Toby that we're going to layer on top of our program called Optimizer VR, which is our eye program, virtual reality. Why is that important? Because the eyes, it's just not visual. It's not just eye movement issues. That's one. Also, when people have visual problems, 2. And 3, we use the eye system to activate different parts of the brain. Because when you look at the eyes, you look at what the eyes connect to and the different parts that it projects to, it's a no-brainer to understand the eyes inside and out and to use it. And that's why it's a big part of our system. But go back to the REM, rapid eye movement is a saccade. We look at those saccades, and that's something that we can help the client to improve their saccadic eye movement, which we have many ways that we could do that. So we look at that. The other thing is from a neurotransmitter standpoint, acetylcholine. That's why Jeff was saying that the acetylcholine, because REM is a very interesting part of sleep. It's a sleep that you're in a dream. So REM, rapid eye movement, so it's the frontal lobe. You're in a dream state. Sometimes you remember the dream, sometimes you don't, but you're in a dream state. So you're very, very deep. But at the same time, and I think Jeff said it, the delta waves, right? The delta waves. So the brain is high brain activity, right? Because from REM, you're very, very close to because acetylcholine is one of those neurotransmitters that for memory, but also helps to arouse us. So orexin,
For sure.
and acetylcholine is what. So what's acetylcholine also? This is where I get so juiced up I can't even sit still. Is I love the connections, because the more you understand how things integrate, is acetylcholine is one of your transmitters from memory. The acetylcholine supports and I mean the whole autonomic nervous system,
Right.
because you have a pre system and you have a post system. The parasympathetic system uses the pre and post acetylcholine. The sympathetic system uses pre, and then it uses a post norepinephrine and epinephrine, right?
Yeah.
So as a neurotransmitter. So the key is that acetylcholine is very important. So how do you boost the acetylcholine? Well, things like organic, if you're not have an allergy to eggs, because some people do, but eggs, there's other things like liver. So liver is like or grass-fed organic liver is like a superfood,
Right.
and it has choline in it. And then supplement-wise, phosphatidylcholine, okay, is a precursor to make acetylcholine. So boosting your phosphatidylcholine levels can help a lot too. So, and again, like Jeff's pointed out, a key thing is those sleep cycles you're going through multiple times a day. So it's kind of like, if you can master, I think sleep is what Jeff talked about. The emphasis is the consistency, consistent time going to sleep. And then I think the consistency of the mechanisms, all those mechanisms of how to fall asleep, how to stay asleep, staying asleep, things that can inhibit that is low oxygen levels. And one of them, and I'm going to lead into that, is sleep apnea, which I do have. Now, sleep apnea, there's a couple types. There's obstruction, which is more of the common type, which a lot of that has to do the circumference of your neck. So obviously, I've lost probably over the last year plus 6 months, 7 months, about 30 pounds. I need to lose more too, but I might have a neuro component too, which is how your pontomedullary and your brainstem is functioning. So there's a neuro component, and then there's also the obstruction. So obstruction a lot of times has to deal with the circumference of your, especially when you go into extension and you have and the circumference of your neck is big, that could decrease the airwaves. And then again, when oxygen levels go low, an inverse relationship happens. It arouses us and gets us up. Okay. So, and if you're having any problems and you think you might have, or if you snore, definitely get checked out. I've been on a CPAP machine now for probably, probably the last, I would say 2 years now. I've been, and it's significant difference in my sleep, overall health. Cause remember, when those low oxygen levels, that can increase heart rate, increase blood pressure. Again, so this whole cycle, because everything is connected.